Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my hair look. I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieve volume in my hair, and also going to be sharing with you my hair loss journey and an updated version, because I did film a few years ago and share with you guys things that I used for my hair loss, but I have an updated version now. So I have definitely learned a few more things as far as what has worked for me, and also products that I use, tools that I use, and hopefully you guys will get something out of it. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I achieve this hair look, then stick around. Okay, so I am going to be showing you guys a quick, fast edited version of how I blow dry my hair, because that's pretty boring, but I wanted to share with you the tool that I use is the bioprogramming Repronizor 4D. This is an amazing hair dryer. It is, the whole line itself is actually designed to add moisture and shine to your hair in a different way than like a Bioionic or a T3 or all the ionic products that are out there. This one actually does not damage the hair at all, even though it is using heat. I also use the Hairbeauron 7D, and this is, they're not cheap, I have to say, but you could leave this on your hair for 15 minutes and it will not damage your hair. If anything, will add more shine to those areas. So I just wanted to share with you guys the tools that I use, and I will link them down below so that you know exactly what I do. But I'm going to go into what I use on my hair before I get going into the blow dry part. So what I like to do is, I definitely need volume. So what I do first is, and please bear with me, I have some grays that I need to cover, but I wanted to also show you guys my hair thinning. I mean, my hair is really fine on top. I've gotten it a lot better than what it used to be, but it is definitely, you know, pretty thin throughout the top of my hair. I have genetic alopecia, and it is just something that I've had to deal with since I was in my teens, and it is not, it's not fun for sure. The whole procedure, the whole issue of genetic thinning is really, really challenging for women and for men as well. But for women, I feel like it is just a lot harder on us because we're not socially accepted with thin hair. I mean, it's really a challenge to our self-esteem, and I've really dealt with that so much through the years. I've had times where I have more hair, times where I have less, and it's been really, really hard. So anyway, so I just go in, I brush my hair gently. I used, for shampoo and conditioner, I used the Alchemy Oribe products, and I really, really like those, because I mean, look, I've had my hair in my turban. I didn't brush it out at all, and you can see it's really not difficult to brush out. I do have one track of my extensions in my hair, and it is, for the most part, super easy to brush through. And I didn't brush it before I got in the shower, so I mean, you can see that these work really, really nicely. Anyway, so make sure my hair is nice and brushed out. Then I go in with a volumizing product. This is by Oribe. This is the Maxinista thickening spray. And I just want to go through the root area, and I kind of rub it into my scalp. Not into the scalp really, but more kind of mix it into my, my root area. So I mix that in, and then I go in with, I have different oils that I use, but the one I'm really enjoying right now is the Awapui Styling Treatment Oil by Paul Mitchell. And this is what it looks like. It's actually really nice. It's not heavy. It's a good one. I just use like a pea-sized amount, rub it between my hands, and I just kind of go in and coat the hair gently. What I love about the Hairbeauron curling iron and blow dryer is my hair normally tangles so badly, especially underneath, because it's just so baby fine. I have a lot of like split ends and just tiny fragile hairs, and I've always struggled with tangles. But since I've been using those products, I am not even joking, it has gotten so much better. It's like just I mean, it's like, I can't explain it. You'll see when I dry it, it really does make a huge difference as far as shine and just overall care of my hair. It's actually been really nice and soft lately, and so I'm really enjoying it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and forward through my hair drying, but I'm going to let you guys see the process. I'm going to quickly stop so that I can share with you guys what I do. If you notice, I do go in with a round brush, a metal round brush, and I don't use this very quickly. I wait until my hair is about, I would say, 85 to 90% dry before I go in with any kind of other tool. Because with people with fine hair, our goal is to get volume. And if you're starting off from the beginning using a round brush and whatever, it's going to take, first of all, it takes forever to dry. And secondly, it's going to put excess heat on your hair that you don't need. These heat up because they are metal. And, you know, although they do give you good style and good shape and volume, you don't need it until the very end with thin, fine hair. Now, it's the complete opposite with somebody with really thick hair, because people with thick hair, or curly hair for that matter, really need to work at the beginning with their styling tool. It's a lot easier to start at the beginning and work out that frizz and that curl if you're trying to smooth out your hair, okay? Okay, sorry, my hair is a mess, but I'm now at the point that I'm going to start using my tool. As you can see, my brush. As you can see, I was kind of just brushing out my hair throughout, so just kind of keep it easy to brush through, or easy to dry. And I just use a wet brush. This one here is an Ibiza brush. It's just something that's easy to get through your hair as you're blow drying. What I also like to do is use the cool shot on your hair to help set that volume. That really helps for me, anyways, to give me some extra volume and keep it where I dried it and where I want it to stay. Okay, so what I like to do, and I'm actually doing a little bit more than what I normally do because I get lazy, but I like to section out the area that I want to get the most volume. And I go in, brush out the hair so that you can get your brush through it easier. And then I go ahead and round brush it with my round brush. Okay, so I basically got all of my drying done, and because my hair is so thin, it doesn't take me very long at all. So I wanted to kind of show you guys, now that my hair is dry, a little bit about a little area of where I am really thinning. So you can kind of see here, it's a little kind of small area, you know, kind of throughout. It is pretty fine. The goal is, when you are blow drying, is to try and get as much of your hair off of your scalp so that it is going to get the most volume that you can. Okay, so now I just go directly in with my blow dryer. Now the cool thing about these tools, these heating tools or these styling tools, are the fact that you don't need to use any type of heat protectant, because like I said, when it goes onto your hair, it really does make your hair better. It makes your hair healthier. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I get that going. So what I like to do is I kind of follow along with what I did with my blow dryer. I take a clean section, kind of comb it out with my fingers. I mean, obviously, if you want to take your time and section it with, you know, some section clips, you can. But I hold it on there. And now the cool thing about this, you do not have to go fast, you guys. You go, the slower you go, the better. So look at that. I've already gone, like, if I'd been using a regular curling iron, I would have fried my hair just doing that short amount of heat, because my hair is so thin. I think that I have it turned up all the way to the highest setting. It gets hot. I mean, I'm not even kidding, but see how long I'm holding that on there? Normally I would have kept it like 2 seconds. I mean, I work so quickly with my curling iron. Normally I use like a Hot Tools or Bioionic. This one you can use and just leave it on there. So for you newbies, this is ideal because you have to work slowly. Actually, this is preferred that you work slowly. So I go all the way to the root, and I leave those curls. I try to leave them as long as I can so that they kind of set up there. I mean, you can use a clip and all that. I don't use that anymore. I find that, you know, as long as I kind of slide it off the curling iron and let it sit, ooh, that's hot, and let it sit like that, it really does the job. See that? So now I'm going to go in and just start curling my extensions along with my natural hair. And see, I'm just like pulling it through, almost like if I was using a brush, but it's not a brush, it's my curling iron. This curling iron is such a game changer. I mean, honestly, I have spent so much money over the years on tools. I actually, right before I came onto these products, I had just invested $700 on the Air Wrap, the Dyson Air Wrap. And it's like, I can't even, like, there's no comparison, because this just makes my hair so shiny and soft and silky. It's like ridiculous. Where the Air Wrap, although it's awesome because it does, you know, give you volume with that Air Wrap, it doesn't improve the health of your hair. So I really like to try and leave my ends out, even though I don't need to. I think it's just a habit. And go all the way to the root. I kind of split my hair down the middle and do one side and then do the other. And I kind of pull it out like that and just pull down to kind of give you those like straight ends. Okay. So, you know, as well, part of my hair journey, I had been noticing my hair was getting thinner and thinner, and vitamins and everything. I was trying stem cell therapy. I was doing microneedling on my scalp, and nothing was helping. I mean, honestly, I was just like, okay, I'm going to be bald. So I basically got to the point that I was looking into hair transplant, and I did decide to do a hair transplant. And if you are not aware of how that works, they take basically a section of your scalp from a donor area in the back of my head, and they basically plant those follicles into the areas that you're thin. So for instance, mine, I did 2,000 grafts. So we did it all along here, and see how I can leave that curling iron on there. I don't have, it's no worry at all. As a matter of fact, now when I use a regular curling iron, I actually have to be careful because you can really burn your hair with a curling iron, where with this one, you can just leave it on and leave it on. It's awesome. Anyway, so with the transplant, it was a really long, difficult journey. The surgery itself takes 9 hours, and that's that they only did 2,000 grafts on me. So that means like 2,000 hairs, which like for your overall head, that's really not a lot. So they did some in my hairline and then kind of gradually went back a little bit. But the thing is that when you're doing a transplant, and not to mention, it is a fortune. So I spent about $11,000 on mine. And I know people who can find better deals, but I was just so nervous about it that I went to a really reputable place, which you don't want to mess around with your head, you know, obviously. But I went to a place where they charge you per graft, and which is per hair. So it was like $5 a hair or something like that. I mean, it was crazy. But the procedure is so long. And they told me when I was done, they were like, oh yeah, okay, so your hair's gonna start growing back in 2 to 4 months. And I'm thinking, okay, 2 to 4 months, that's bearable. They didn't tell you that you would lose half your hair on top because of the trauma. It's called shock loss. What happens is because they're rubbing and pulling and poking and everything at that area, the other hairs that are there, the good hairs, go dormant. So you can only imagine, like, you're thinning before, now you're like almost bald because all of that other hair falls out due to the trauma to the area. Now, granted, I know it comes back, but it is still really, really stressful. So like I said, they told me 2 to 4 months, and 2 to 4 months or 2 to 3 months, I can't remember. And I'm like, where's my hair? You know, I call them and they're like, oh yeah, so I would say more 3 to 5 months. Okay. 3 to 5 months. Okay. Where is my hair? You know, and if it was growing in, I couldn't see it. So, and trust me, I was looking every day. So I'm like, okay, it's been 5 months. Oh, more like 4 to 6 months. I mean, they kept doing this until it was like, you know, you really see the full thing after a year. And I'm like, so I was wearing hats and bandanas and I mean, it was really, really stressful. You never think that your hair is going to come back. I mean, it's pretty, you know, the whole procedure itself is traumatic. And then to be waiting for your hair to grow back is even more traumatic. So, you know, every day I'm going and feeling for little hairs. And then I started feeling some, and, you know, yes, I did get hair, but the thing is, when you do have genetic alopecia, it's not going to just stop in that area. I mean, it's going to continue moving back. So over the years, I mean, it's only been like maybe 3.5 years since I had it done. Over the time that since I've had the surgery, my hair has continued to get thinner. I'm getting older, menopause, hormones, all that stuff have started to affect my hairline. And I was like, okay, $11,000 for a few hairs in the front. I mean, what am I going to do now about all the hair in the back? So, you know, as a hairstylist who specializes in hair extensions, I'm extremely aware of people's hair and, you know, thinning hair. I will definitely notice, you know, more than most people who have thinning hair, because I can relate so much. It's been, you know, it's been traumatic. I mean, for sure. So I started seeing, I had this client, I've had her for several years, but I hadn't seen her in a while because she goes to one of my other stylists in the salon. And then finally I saw her, and because I know her hair so well and she's got thin hair, I'm like, wait, what's going on? Your hair is like double the thickness than last time I saw. And she's like, really? You think? She's like, I told you like 6 months ago what I was doing. She's like, I went on oral minoxidil. Now, I went on Rogaine, or I started Rogaine about maybe 11 or 12 years ago, and I used it for 3 years, and it started working a little bit at the beginning, but then it stopped, and it just didn't work, and I didn't want to continue using it because if it's not, you know, what's the point of using something twice a day if it's really not going to do anything, you know? So I immediately called my dermatologist, like right then and there. I was like, get me in for an appointment right away. So I went in and they started me on oral minoxidil. Why I didn't know about this sooner, I didn't even know there was an oral form.
I mean, if you can imagine, I mean, I've done so much research on hair and vitamins and, you know, medical issues and whatnot that affect your hair, that I hadn't known that there was an oral minoxidil, which is the main ingredient in Rogaine. So I made my appointment. She put me on it on a really, really low dose because I do suffer from high blood pressure and it's just genetic. And so minoxidil can affect your blood pressure, can lower your blood pressure, which I'm like, I mean, if it's going to lower it, then bonus, right? I have high blood pressure. But anyway, she put me on the lowest dose just to see how I would react to it. It was like a compounded pharmacy dose. I think it was like 0.025. So super, super low dose. And I did start noticing hair. It took like a good couple of months, but all of a sudden, well, first of all, I started noticing hair on my face and on my forehead and like right here and like my mustache area. And I'm going, okay, I don't care if you turn me into a werewolf. That's fine. I can laser all that off. Just put some hair up here. So I did start noticing some hairs. And so then when we did our follow-up appointment, she started me on a higher dose, which I thought still wasn't as high a dose as my other client. And so right now I'm at 0.15, right? Yeah, 0.15, something like that. So she still wants to monitor, you know, my blood pressure and whatnot. But I haven't had any reactions other than the hair growing on my face. But like I said, I really don't care about that part because for, you know, let me just get more hair anywhere that I can. So I have definitely noticed it has filled in. It still has not really filled in right here. But, you know, like I said, I can really camouflage it and make it look, you know, like I do have hair. And I have some other products that I use. But I mean, look at the shine on this, you guys. I mean, this is like really, really, it really does make such a difference. I am pretty impressed with how shiny this is. I turned on one of my lights so that you guys can see the shine. You know, I mean, it really is amazing. I just love these tools. And like I said, they're not cheap. I want to say the one that I have, the Hairbeauron 70, is about $700 retail, and they even have a better one. I don't understand the technology in this. Supposedly it has this density, I don't know. It's a Japanese product, Japanese tool. They have one that's called a 27D, and that one, I'm not even kidding. If you use the blow dryer and the curling iron and the straightening iron, your hair is like oily. So bizarre, but I love it. And the 70 works plenty for me. And like I said, I've noticed a huge improvement in my hair as far as, you know, just the shine and how healthy it is. So, but you can kind of see in here, like you see through my scalp, it's, you know, it is so much better than what it was that I'm kind of like, just give me those extra few hairs, please, because you know, I'll take anything at this point. Anyway, so I'm finishing up my curling hair. So I kind of just take these last few pieces and kind of direct them in the area that I like. And then I'm going to show you how I use my powder to camouflage the actual scalp. And nobody actually will know. And so sometimes I'll go in with a brush or a comb, and I'll kind of go in and give me a little back combing so that I can kind of get some volume in the back. Or I'll even go in with a tool called the Volume, and that's like a crimper right on your scalp. So you'll kind of go like this and you crimp your hair. Let me see, I can show you what it looks like. This is what this looks like. It's called the Volume Rudy. And what you do, see how it's like a crimper, like I'm not going to use that today, but you go in, crimp it, and it really does kind of give you volume. And you want to do it under the hairline so that it kind of lifts your hair from underneath. So I do like that. I mean, if I'm really, really trying to get like mega volume, I will. But for today, it's just my normal everyday type of volume. So the next thing that I use, and this is my follow-up product, is my X Fusion. It's by Topic. There's also, it comes in a black bottle as well, which is just Topic. I don't know why there's two, because they're like identical in product. I use the medium brown, and you want to match it to your scalp. It basically goes on like pepper. So what you do is you just kind of go in, and you're going to want to section your hair where you have your thinning. So I kind of go in, I cut like a nice clean section here, and I kind of put my hand here and I pepper it on. And you're going to kind of see how that like literally camouflages your whole scalp. I mean, it's like pretty awesome, because a lot of people don't know about this. And I'm like, how do you not know? Oh my God, it's a game changer. But I don't like to use too much. I don't want my scalp to look black or just like there's no hairline. But I mean, if I'm, you know, doing some photos or something, and I'm just thinking, I'm worried about, you know, my scalp showing it all, then I will go ahead and use it. But I mean, look at that, you guys. So I kind of go back here, you know, you just kind of pour it on, and nobody ever knows that I have thin hair. I mean, it's crazy. And if I showed you my hair without my extensions on, you guys would be like, ah! But like, wow, you really do have thin hair. I'm like, I'll kind of show you. Like, there's not a lot. It's just baby fine. My hair grows like a weed, but it does not have any density to it at all. Anyway, so I'm really like happy with my hair routine right now. I think that overall it has been something that I can live with. And I think that if I mean, I'm just praying that there will be some solution, some magic tool or something we can change in our DNA or something, so that we don't grow with thin hair. I always say I'm blessed in other ways. I'm not gonna, you know, be too greedy, but I would just like a little extra. I mean, you know, I've been able to use vitamins and things like that that do help. I do collagen, I do Nutrafol and Viviscal Professional. Those are two vitamins that I do like. Viviscal Professional I prefer just because you only need to take 2 every day, where the Nutrafol is more expensive and you have to take 4 every day. And I just hate taking that gel capsules. So if you want to take something that is not as many, I would stick with the Viviscal Professional. There is one that you can buy over the counter, but I prefer the Professional. It definitely has more of the ingredients that help grow your hair. It's some kind of marine something, I can't remember. But anyways, that is it. I don't even use hairspray in my hair, you guys. I honestly like my hair to feel soft. I want, when you touch it, you know, not to feel anything gripping or that you can't get your fingers out of your hair. I really feel like my curl lasts with this Hairbeauron tool. And sometimes I will spray the root area if I'm not able to get a really good volume that day. Spray a little bit and kind of blow dry it to kind of give me a little bit more. But I find that it has been pretty easy to keep the volume. I mean, I really kind of like the way my hair's been looking. And if you guys are interested, I mean, I love my extensions. It really does make the difference for getting me that little extra volume that I need. So I just use one track. It basically is almost the length of my hair. My natural hair's here. My extensions are right there. So it's about 1.5 inches longer than my natural hair. But for the most part, you know, my extensions definitely make, you know, the hugest difference, because it's going to give me so much more hair to work with. So anyways, if you guys are interested in hair extensions or anything about hair thinning, please comment below and I can guide you in the right direction. Or if you're in the Nashville or Orange County, California area, of course, come and see our salons. Anyways, I am all set. I'm finished with my hair tutorial. I hope you guys learned a little bit about what to do and how to do it. It's definitely something that takes a little practice as far as how to style it and how to get that volume. But with these tools, being that you can work so slowly with them, it's kind of awesome because you don't have to worry about burning your hair like at all. I actually tested it on one of our hair extensions and I forgot that it was on there. We left it on for like an hour and
it was perfectly fine. So these, I'm not sponsored by this in any way. I've reached out to the company and they came and did a little training with me, but I still don't understand the technology behind this. All I know is the higher the number, the better it works. So mine is the 7 and the next bump up is the 27. And so they go, there's a 3, a 4, 7, and 27. So hopefully that helped you guys a little bit, you know, you ladies with thin hair. And if you did like this channel and found some information that you found beneficial, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to have all kinds of new stuff about hair and my hair journey, and like I said, makeup and all that good stuff. So we'll hope to see you again soon. Bye.